is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are the Fox. We are the Lions.
The hunt for October goes into full swing starting tonight as the Indians begin the September stretch drive. First up, the Miami Marlins fighting for their postseason lives in the National League wildcard chase. The Indians will play their last interleague series while the Tigers and Royals duke it out for 3 days in Kansas City. Carlos Carrasco will set the tempo as things heat up next on Sports Time Ohio. The summer wind is fading fast, and that cool breeze you feel coming in off the lake means autumn is near as we begin the stretch run in the 2016 baseball season. The Tribe welcomes in the Miami Marlins for a 3-game series here tonight. Hi again, everyone. Matt Underwood alongside Rick Manning. Since we last talked to you, some new faces are in Wahoo World, the most important of which, of course, is Coco Crisp, who the Indians acquired from Oakland in a trade and should give them a little bit of a boost in that outfield mix.
Well, you would hope so. He's not going to be in the lineup tonight, but he will certainly be used a lot down the stretch. And the other guys getting called up from the minor leagues, you can see their names: Gonzalez, Moore, Anderson, and Colon. I don't think they're going to add a lot, until the Indians start winning the ball games and they clinch. But Moore will give them a little help behind the plate.
Good news, bad news. Where Carlos Carrasco is concerned, he's got the start for the Indians tonight. Good news, in his last 4 starts, he's walked 1 batter, and that was an intentional free pass. The bad news is, at times, the big inning has been his nemesis.
Well, and you go to his last start, there was some shabby defense in that first inning against the Texas Rangers, and Grand Slam ended up having a 5-run first inning, and they just couldn't recover from that start. But for Carlos Carrasco, he's got to settle down. His stuff has been very good. The fastball, his slider has been back, and mixing with that changeup. This is the first time he's going to face the Marlins, so hopefully he'll go out, give him a good start. You can see he is 4-4 in interleague play. This will be start number 10. And Andrew Kashner, first time he's ever faced the Indians, he's 4-10 on the year. He hasn't won a ball game with the Marlins this year, and he's 0-4 in interleague play this year.
And he's 0-6 or 0-5 on the road so far this year. And so the Indians will look to continue their mastery over Miami. They lost their 6 of their first 7 in history against the Marlins in interleague play. They've won 5 of their last 8. When we come back, we've got the first pitch. Plus, we'll hear from Coco Crisp as he joins Andre Knott coming up. Cleveland Indians baseball is brought to you by W.B. Mason, the official office supplier of the Cleveland Indians. By McDonald's, I'm loving it. And by your local Toyota dealers, visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. weekend opener between Cleveland and Miami. And a special mention that Major League Baseball and the Cleveland Indians, in partnership with Stand Up for Cancer, have launched a league-wide effort to raise childhood cancer awareness this month. And in conjunction with that, tonight before the ball game, the Indians hosting 9-year-old Austin Gallagher. He is a 2-time cancer survivor already from Cleveland Heights, and he was on the hill throwing out the first pitch before the game. Watch this toss with the first baseman's mitt.
Beautiful.
Bang, from the rubber.
Nice
right on
throw.
the money. He's helped raise over $22,000 for St. Baldrick's, which is the largest private funder of childhood cancer research grants worldwide. What a great
Good
story.
for Austin. That is beautiful.
So it is a cool night, a little chilly for just the second day of September. I've seen people break out winter jackets already tonight.
I see some in the seats.
Let's go down to the field. Our man Andre Knott.
This is football weather. This is great weather. Don't you worry about it. No heavy jackets tonight. For Coco Chris, I'm sure he remembers the cold weather of Cleveland, but it's been over a decade since he's been a Cleveland Indian. But he's excited to be back here. He's excited to be a part of a postseason race. And really, because he's played here and because he's played for Tito, everyone thinks this is a match made in heaven.
It's like bittersweet. You know, obviously I've had a lot of history in the past. First time I've played in the big leagues is with Cleveland. A lot of familiarity with this clubhouse, with the organization. So on that part, I was excited to come back here. The team's winning, so to be involved in a playoff race is a positive thing. It's somewhere where any player wants to be. So I'm happy to be here. The bitter is leaving the guys that you've been to war with past 6-7 years, and the organization and the fans out there are so amazing to me while I was out there. So it's it was tough to leave. Obviously I said this a lot. Ricky Anderson is my favorite ball player growing up. So he was out there, we played cards together, give me pointers, yada yada, this and that. So, not to be able to walk in the clubhouse and see that guy is kind of a tough thing. But coming back here, man, I have a lot of love for this organization. This is where I got my start, and I'm happy.
Well, it's great to have Coco Chris back in an Indians uniform. Not in the starting lineup tonight, but don't be surprised if we see him before this game's all said and done here tonight. Indians have taken the field behind Carlos Carrasco, looking for his 10th win of the season. And here's the lineup that he will face tonight for the Miami Marlins. It'll be D. Gordon leading it off, the second baseman, followed by Ichiro Suzuki, who will DH. Martin Prado at third base hitting third. Then it's Christian Yelich, followed by JT Realmuto. Jeff Francoeur batting sixth. Xavier Scruggs in the seventh spot. Former Indians farmhand Destin Hood will bat eighth, and Adeiny Echeverria is batting ninth.
And the 29-year-old right-hander Carlos Carrasco will be our Honda starting pitcher tonight. Carlos trying to bounce back from a rough start in Texas, where he gave up 5 runs in that first inning. Not all his fault. The defense didn't play well behind him, but actually a rough June, just 2-3 and an ERA of 5.20. Although he has had very good stuff, he hasn't walked many hitters at all. He only walked 5 batters and striking out 46 in the month of August. It'll be his first start against the Marlins, so we'll see what Carlo has to offer. Let's set the defense behind him. It is brought to you by Jeep, and it looks like this. In the outfield, it'll be Almonte in left, Naquin in center, Chisenhall over in right, Ramirez at third, Lindor in short, Kipnis is at second, Napoli at first, and Perez doing the catching.
Nick Lentz will call the balls and strikes. Mark Ripperger is at first. The crew chief, Joe West, at second, and Andy Fletcher down at third. So we're ready to go as D. Gordon steps in for Miami. And the first pitch from Carrasco is outside, ball 1. Fastball, bottom of the zone. That'll even up the count. D. Gordon. Awaits the 1-1 pitch. Slaps it the other way, foul.
That's basically it. A slap approach right there, trying to take it to left field.
Time call. D. Gordon, like Indians outfielder Abraham Almonte, missed a big chunk of the season due to a positive test for PEDs.
Activated at the end of July.
And that's outside 2-2. And I mean, this guy had become maybe not the face of the franchise, but he was the face of the media guide cover. Batting champ a year ago, Gold Glove winner, Silver Slugger winner, stolen bases leader. He was an all-star, led the league in hits, and then bang, that happens, and all of a sudden everybody's eyebrows are arching, going, well, maybe that's why he had such a great year last year.
Well, that's what happens.
Maybe that's cynical, but that's the reality of the situation.
It's not cynical. It's because, hey, that's the first thing you think. You know, you finally get caught and it happens. You serve your sentence, you come back. But if they were to make the playoffs, he couldn't play in the playoffs either.
And Miami is still very much alive in that conversation. They're 3 games out in the wild card race in the National League. Pittsburgh's directly ahead of them, 2.5 back. The Mets in front of the Pirates, 2 games back, trailing San Francisco and St. Louis, who are the top 2 in the wild card standings. So it's not like the Marlins are out of it by any stretch.
No, but they need some help
with the injuries.
Yeah, they have a ton of injuries.
2-2. Up and away, full count. The biggest injury perhaps of all is the loss of Giancarlo Stanton. He's the big thunderbolt in the middle of that lineup. They're hoping to get him back maybe in a couple of weeks. Here's the payoff pitch and a foul back. So Gordon putting up a good at bat here. This will be the 9th pitch coming up.
Well, here's a guy you have to go at. He's not going to take you deep. You got to challenge him here. Throw that fastball, make him put it in play. Try and keep him off the bases. He's slapping it and fouling it off. Throw one inside, make him use his hands instead of giving it to him away.
Over the mound, Lindor on the move, throws him out. 1 away. Well, since we mentioned it, here's the injury report brought to you by the attorneys at Elk & Elk. Derek Dietrich is scheduled to come back tomorrow. Local product from here in Cleveland, went to St. Ignatius High School. He filled in really well while D. Gordon was on the suspended list. Marcell Ozuna, kind of iffy as to whether or not we'll see him this weekend. He's another guy. But Giancarlo Stanton, that's a tough loss.
Well, you get Wei-Yin Chen, the free agent that they signed out of Baltimore. So they've got a lot on the disabled list, no question.
Ichiro Suzuki, man, what a career. 30th player in history to join the 3,000 hit club just about a month ago. That's hit a ton. Deep center. Naquin on the warning track makes the grab, and perhaps the wind kept that in the ballpark. It's blowing in tonight at almost 20 miles an hour.
Matt, I wholeheartly agree. You're thinking he's going to slap the ball. Well, he put a good swing on this on a normal night. That's a home run easily. Naquin going back. He has to keep going, and the wind certainly kept that ball in the park, I think. He gets back there in plenty of time. So as an outfielder, when you're in the center or right, you might be able to play a few steps in closer tonight. That wind's going to help you out.
71 degrees at game time, but that air a little chilly coming in off the lake tonight. Almost feels a little bit like when we were just out in Oakland a week ago. Not chilly as much as it is just refreshing this time of year. Martin Prado, the third baseman. And a chopper by Carrasco. He might have got a piece of that. Kipnis' throw on the money. A one-hopper to Napoli ends the inning as Miami goes 1-2-3, and the Indians are coming to bat. Lineup is presented by Progressive. For Terry Francona tonight, Carlos Santana, the DH, will lead it off. Then it's Jason Kipnis, followed by Francisco Lindor. Mike Napoli still sitting on 29 homers for the year. Will bat cleanup. Jose Ramirez is fifth, and Lonnie Chisenhall. Abraham Almonte, Tyler Naquin, and Roberto Perez rounded out. After all those lefties, nice to see a right-hander start again for a change.
Andrew Cashner will be our Hyundai starting pitcher for the Marlins. He was acquired from San Diego. He's looking for his first win as a Marlin in his 5 starts. Made 10 road starts on the year. He's 0-5 with over a 6 ERA.
Down in the dirt, 1-1. Sails high.
Different look for Cashner. You know, when he was over in San Diego, had a big beard, and coming over to Miami, of course, no facial hair, so he's clean shaven here.
Don Mattingly's brought the Yankees.
Yes, he
mentality.
has. Yes, he has.
Upstairs, he walks him. Santana, one of the best in the American League at drawing the free pass, is aboard to start the game for the Indians.
Let's set the defense for the Marlins. It looks like this. In the outfield, it's going to be Hood in left. Yelich is in center. Frank Coorer over in right. Prado is at third. Echeverria at short. Gordon at second. Scruggs at first. Real Muto is behind the plate.
That's a 75th walk this year for Santana. That's tied for third most in the American League. Jason Kipnis looks at a ball that sails outside. Well, Kipnis, 21 dingers, 72 driven in.
I was going to say Cashner is 1-4 in 6 career appearances against the AL Central. But the Indians doing what Minnesota did in their series when they swept them. Walks certainly helped that team out then in that series.
Out of play. As Tom Moshenik would tell you, in many instances when you put the game notes together, you're trying to put some positive spin on your players.
Right.
You look through the game notes on Andrew Cashner. I don't know how they try to spin it, but there aren't a lot of numbers in there
that favor him.
Are glowing
right
where he is regarded.
Well, you don't want to walk people. You want to get aggressive.
Santana was off on that pitch.
Although this is the first time he's ever faced him, so that first time through, you know, no reference to any Cleveland hitters. So he's starting from scratch.
Well, the problem for Cashner is that you got a career record that's 30-52, though a very respectable ERA. And you know, a lot of people will argue that pitchers' records are overrated. It's rent foul. I mean, you can't necessarily just look at a guy's record and make a judgment on what kind of pitcher he is.
And tell you can't tell how he pitches. I agree with that. But what you do look and say, how many times does your team win when he's on the mound? And now that may have something to do about it. And you know, since he's been on the mound against an American League Central team, they're 0-7. And that's throughout his career. Now that's just not here in Miami.
Well, you just look at, I look at traffic too. And you just go back recent last start. He had 5 base runners in 6 innings. Start before that, 6 base runners
very good.
5 innings. 13 base runners in 5 innings.
Well, to me, it's about command, and right now he's not commanding his pitches. He's still getting a feel. Of course, it's the first inning, and many pitchers have trouble in that first inning, and he has a 6.64 ERA and has given up 5 home runs. That is high in both categories when it comes to the first inning.
See if Tito starts the runner. Santana's off, and Kipnis struck out.
He did.
And the throw is in plenty of time for a strike him out, throw him out.
Well, they're asking for help, and they're saying, let's see what they say at third. He said no.
Oh, the ball was bobbled. You know, Echeverria bobbled the throw. And wait a minute, what do we got here?
It was a walk. They said it was no swing. They were waiting to check the swing. The Miami bench went nuts.
Wow.
I mean, he swung at this pitch, and you know what? The third base umpire was looking at the play at second base. Look at this. He would have hit the wall if he hit it.
Even Kipnis looks back and says, doggone it.
And he starts walking away. Now he's asking for help, and the third base umpire wasn't paying attention. He was looking at the play at second base.
I had no idea that it was being appealed just because I thought, well, there's not even a reason to appeal that. Andy Fletcher, the third base umpire.
You talk about a break. That's
How does
ridiculous.
The home plate umpire see that, I wonder?
Well, he's going to ask for help. Maybe when he felt that Kipnis was walking by, he was looking back to him to say he swung.
All right, so a break for the Indians, 2 on, nobody out. Francisco Lindor trying to bunt, pops it up foul. That's got to have Don Mattingly just beside himself.
I look down at their bench, and I'll tell you what, they're all starting now. The home plate umpire, they're all over everybody. I think half of those guys are up on their feet with their arms in the air, and rightfully so.
Well, the Indians got to try and take advantage of this now. Lindor in the hole 0-2. Lindor in the hole 0-2, and Cashner's pitch is line to center, dropping, and it's going to get down for a base hit, and the runners advance 1 base. Santana and Kipnis both were kind of unsure if that ball might hang up for Yelich to get to it, and so the bases are loaded with nobody out.
Well, he made a diving catch in last night's ball game. I'm talking about Yelich in center field, but Here you got an 0-2 pitch, and that's on the inside part of the plate, and Lindor gets enough of it. You can't go anywhere as a base runner. First inning, nobody out. You got to make sure it drops so everybody just moves up a base. But the Indians in business now. Bases loaded, nobody out.
Now Mike Napoli with a chance to do damage. And takes inside, ball 1. But it comes back, and Santana alertly went back to third. That was a sharp ricochet.
He hit the brakes. That was very good because, you know, I've noticed that this year, that it hits that padding. It comes right back to the catcher depending on where it hits. I mean, that was a rocket shot right by him, but you see the padding come straight back. And Santana was coming until he saw the bounce, and that's good base running. Stop and go back.
Low. 3-0. In the driver's seat, brought to you by Kia. Mike Napoli. Homered every 12 at bats in the month of September. And that's low, ball 4, 1-0 Cleveland. Third walk of the inning. And we're only 4 batters in.
Well, let's say 2.5. But, you know, he's having a tough time. I don't know if he's nibbling or he just can't find it or what, but the pitching coach has got to come out. Mattingly still shaking his head over there in disbelief.
Reed Cornelius serving as the pitching coach tonight for the Marlins. Juan Nieves had a personal family matter he had to attend to, so he's not with the club. Tough spot for the interim pitching coach. You got your starting batter out, or pitcher out there, and he's there's the first 4 guys have all reached.
That's the difference in the inning. 3-2. It was strike 3, and Santana was thrown out. So it would have been a strike him out, throw him out, double play. Instead, they didn't call it a swing. They said it was ball 4, so it was first and second, and a base hit after that. So that's a whole difference in this inning.
Jose Ramirez, he takes ball 1. There's a strike. Ramirez 4 for 8 this year with the bases loaded. In the dirt, 2-1.
It's a tough way to pitch when you're behind in a lot of counts. I don't care if you faced him before or you haven't. They don't have to swing at any of your good pitches now because you're always falling behind 0-1.
Bases loaded, nobody out. 2-1 pitch. And Ramirez helped him out, and you can see the reaction on his face. Oh, what did I just do?
Well, that's a rarity. He rarely does that. I mean, he throws the slider this time. 2-1 down in the zone, and Ramirez rarely goes out of the zone. He's normally a much more patient hitter than that. But you got to look at that slider, though.
And we've seen him go down and golf balls like that.
Yes, he has. He's a good breaking ball hitter as well.
The 2-2. Pop that one.
That's going to stay in with the wind.
Scruggs to the seats. No. Xavier Scruggs gave it a look but could not get to it. Wow, Cashner, it's piling up on him in a hurry with nobody out. And again, Ramirez He's not going to let one thou shalt not pass.
Well, he's got the 2 strikes and he's swinging at that pitch. And I'll tell you what, Cashner's going right down in there with that slider down and in every pitch. And he's getting a swing, but Ramirez is staying alive.
He probably loved to bounce one. I don't know if he could afford to try that here. Almost hit him. And a full count.
Well, there's your bouncer. He had to move his feet. That's just way too far inside. That was on his fastball. Nice pick by Real Muto. Keep that runner at third base.
Another full count. Cashner backs off. Now the 3-2. And a bouncing ball to short. Echeverria to Gordon for one on to first. Not in time. Ramirez hustling, beats it out. He'll pick it up. An RBI as Kipnis scores on the play. And it's 2-0 Cleveland. And still only 1 out in the inning.
Well, it just wasn't hit hard enough. Echeverria did everything he could to get it over to Gordon, and the throw on the relay a little off line, but Ramirez hustling down the line and gets himself an RBI. And that's a big play there, man. It keeps it going. Get your second run in, even though they do get the first out.
And it brings up Lonnie Chisenhall. Lonnie batting .293 on the year. Ground ball to first. Scruggs steps on the bag. They'll get the out, but another run is in, and the Indians lead is 3-0.
Well, that could have been a double play ball if fielded cleanly, but Scruggs just didn't catch it. He could have went home, which maybe he was thinking about. Could have been a double play. It could have went, at least they got the force out at home, but he didn't field it cleanly, so the only out he could take is first base, and the Indians have a big first inning.
A bases loaded walk and a couple of ground balls that resulted in outs, but the net result is 3 runs for Cleveland. And Abraham Almonte now with 2 down to the plate. The 30th pitch of the inning for Cashner is in there for a strike. Almonte has picked up a hit in 6 straight games. And a good fastball. Finds the inside corner, and it's 0-2. But holding at second is Ramirez.
Well, that's a long first inning for Cashner now. 32 pitches.
16 balls, 16 strikes.
There's 1 single in the inning. It was an 0-2 pitch that was Lindor didn't hit very well at all. Flared it into center field, and that has been it.
Close, but just missed inside, and it's 2-2. Don Mattingly still probably fuming over the check swing that wasn't called a strike. The Indians taking full advantage of that, because you hit it right on the head. That changed the complexion of the inning dramatically.
Yeah, that should have been 2 outs, nobody on, is what it really should have been when you look at it realistically. It wasn't, and that happens in the game sometimes. But boy, oh boy, you're right. He is still fuming and will be.
Nice diving stop by Xavier Scruggs, and he just does beat Almonte to the bag, and
Good
that
play.
ends the inning. 3 walks and a knock, and the end result is a 3-0 Cleveland lead. Carlos Carrasco has a little cushion. The Indians have already put up 3. He retired the side in order in the first. Now Christian Yelich. And with everything that has happened to this Marlins club this year, this guy has really emerged as a budding young star.
Yeah, he's homered in his last 3 games. 83 RBIs. And it's only the first time he's ever been in the number 4 hole. Not tonight, but in the last couple of games.
.24 years old. California native. I mean, he came into the year already a .290 career hitter. Made his debut in 2013, played 62 games, and then each of the last 2 years he was with the big league club the whole season. But the power numbers this year have really jumped up. The 2-2. Bit outside.
Starting to get better. I mean, he leads the majors with 31 go-ahead RBI. So he's hitting in the clutch. He's just learning, man. He's a young player that's getting a feel for Major League Baseball and starting to shine.
Already a Gold Glove winner. And a 3-2. Foul back. Tough thing when your last name is Yelich. You're at the back of the line all the time.
Yeah, that's right. I'm sure you get used to that when you're a kid. You go to school, okay, they call your name last.
I hope there's a lot of Zimmermans in this school. Swing and a miss. He tied him up and struck him out. Carlos Carrasco gets his first K, 1 down in the second. Well, our key to the game brought to you by Wayside Furniture. For Carlos Carrasco, keep the focus on the hitter. In recent starts, he's just been whatever reason, sort of has like a compulsive, obsessive deal with runners at first base. It's like he can't help himself but throw over there.
I know
throw over there.
Well, you got to throw a no-hitter and don't let anybody get on.
They're hoping to just get him to snap out of it.
It hurt him in his last start. If you remember, first and second, and he threw to first base for whatever reason. It was a balk and moved runners up. And that's when the downfall of that inning happened, because there was a ground ball hit to Ramirez, and he thought he could tag the guy at third base who got back safely. And then an error on Santana at first base, and the next thing you know, a grand slam. Boom! It all happened so quickly. You're thinking, what the heck went on?
Well, you just saw what happened. One play doesn't get made, or a call goes against you.
It can change everything.
It changes the complexion.
Sure,
like, Terry talked about it after the game. Look, that was the play with Ramirez. He said that's happening real time. It's fast. And he thought he could get the guy. He didn't get the guy at third base. But that
was
decision was a costly one.
Yeah, you get an out there in that situation. But those are things you have to fight back from sometimes early in the game, and sometimes you just can't do it.
Blown away to JT Realmuto.
This guy likes those gray uniforms.
Yes, he does.
359 on the road. 6 of his 7 homers.
Fouled right back. Another young player, 25 years old. His major league debut a couple of years ago. Blowing away. Jacob Tyler Realmuto from Oklahoma, Midwest City. He was a third-round pick 6 years ago, and he's down on strikes. Back-to-back Ks for Carrasco here in inning number 2. And we'll go down to Andre Knott.
Well, you guys have talked about it already a little bit when it comes to Cookie Carrasco, but really the game plan is really simple. Concentrate on the task at hand. I know you made the joke, Archie, he should just throw a no-hitter. That'd be fine, but they know at some point in time someone's going to be on base, so the rule has been concentrate on what matters most, and that's the guy in the batter's box.
Right.
Don't worry about anything else. Just concentrate on that.
Yeah, when you get to a point where, and we've talked about it, where he keeps throwing the first, don't throw the first period. You just either hold the ball or step off. Yeah, you got to get the hitter.
Jeff Francoeur came over from Atlanta in a trade to just try and get some reinforcements with all of the injuries the Marlins have had. Francoeur, a veteran. Really just a part-time player with the Braves. But one thing about Jeff Francoeur, whether it was in Atlanta or when he was with Kansas City, wherever he's been, he was with the Indians in spring training. Guys rave about him. He's just a terrific teammate. 0-2 pitch. Smashed in the hole, and he's got a 2-out single.
Well, let's take a look at that Indiana Wesleyan University pitch tracker. And that's not a good 0-2 pitch. It looked like a backup slider to me.
Yep, that's exactly
he got
what
underneath it, and it stayed right there for Francoeur to get a base hit, first hit of the game.
Well, he threw in that slider first pitch, and Francoeur was way out in front of it, fooled by it. But veteran hitters, they see it a second time, and unlikely they'll get fooled again.
That wasn't really a slider because that didn't slide.
That was a cement mixer, right?
Yes, it was. That was a spinner.
Well, here is Xavier Scruggs, and he checks on a pitch that's high. Scruggs, a California product. Swung out and missed. He was drafted coming out of high school in the 50th round by Seattle back in 05 that passed. And then St. Louis took him in 08, 19th round. And he was a minor league free agent signed by the Marlins at the end of last season. Did get a little time with the Cardinals a year ago in the big leagues. The 1-2. Foul ball over toward the Miami dugout. Scruggs playing in his 14th game of the year. Fastball frozen. And Carlos Carrasco fans 3 in the second inning. No runs ahead, a man left. Indians 3, Marlins nothing. Lead the Marlins 3-0, bottom of the second inning. And for Cleveland, it will be Tyler Naquin to lead it off.
Well, Naquin and Chisnall, they got to be happy. They're finally getting some right-handers on the mound. They get an opportunity. We've seen a steady diet of left-handers in the last week or so.
I don't think Tyler batted against Minnesota in that 3-game
No,
series.
he played, I think, the one game in Texas.
Yeah, he had 13 at-bats on the road trip, but did not come to the plate for an official at-bat against Minnesota. 3 games here. He clobbers that one to the gap in right center field.
Welcome back.
Yelich does a great job to cut it off, but in vain as Naquin rolls into second base with his 16th double of the year.
Well, that's a nice swing right there. Makes you want to come back and get a lot of base hits. That's see what this pitch is. That's a little breaking ball down that it stayed on the plate, and I'll tell you what, he put a pretty swing on it, smoked that ball in the right center field. Good line drive swing. So there you go, lead off double now. So Cashner again going to pitch from the stretch after the very first hitter.
Keep the pressure on as Roberto Perez comes to the plate. And he bunts. Fielded by Cashner. Took a glance at third with no play there. And Naquin goes to third with 1 out. And a sacrifice by Perez.
All right, that I like. Move him over and now get him in. Santana an opportunity. You already have a 3-0 lead, and every run early in a game can take a team out of it. So if you can add on here, I like that idea, especially at the bottom part of the lineup.
For Carlos Santana, just looking for a fly ball with the infield in. He drew a walk his first time up. Takes high, ball 1.
Pretty good pitch right there, but it's not a pitch as a hitter you want to swing at in this situation. That was a backdoor breaking ball. It's just off the plate. But when you're behind in the count, that hitter's not going to swing at it when he has to hit a fly ball, or he shouldn't swing at it.
The 2-0 in down low, 3-0. It was close, but definitely below the zone. Now here's an interesting situation. It's 3-0. See what Santana does. He hammers it deep right. Francoeur makes the catch.
He wasn't taking that one, was he?
Coming home is Naquin. He scores easily, and it's 4-0 Cleveland.
Well, that's a good job there, getting the leadoff man, getting him over, sacrifice, and getting him in. And boy, Santana, that's how you swing at a 3-0 pitch. Right there. If you get a 3-0 count, you want to swing, do that. He got it and hit it line drive deep to right field, and they get their sacrifice fly. They're 1 away from 50 now. That's their 49th sacrifice fly, and that leads the league.
Jason Kipnis looks at a curveball that dips low. Yeah, you always said too, you know, if you're going to foul a 3-0 or 3-1 pitch off,
pull it.
You better pull it foul. Don't be late.
Yeah, don't put a tentative swing to it. But now there's so many hitters that swing 3-0, you got to really make that point, you know, and stress it to hitters. Don't give that at bat away, because you're just a pitch away from walking.
2-0. And likewise, pitchers now, 3-0 counts, they can't treat those like, well, I can just lay one down the middle here.
No, I've seen changeups, you see sliders, you see all different pitches now in 3-0 counts, where it never used to be that way. You used to get a fastball.
And Kipnis takes low, ball 4, so he's walked twice now. And this was a turning point in that first inning. Kipnis at the plate with 2 strikes. Check swing, throw down. Santana called out, or at least it appeared he was out for sure.
You know what I like in that shot? Did you see Joe West didn't make the call on the tag to Santana until he saw the appeal play made. So he never called him out. And then when they said it was a ball, moot point. He was telling Santana, ball 4. There was a walk.
Yeah, because Santana's not looking back. He has no idea what's happening.
He's got no clue.
Well, here's Francisco Lindor with a runner aboard and 2 out. That's outside.
Watch Joe. He won't say a thing on this call, even though he knows he's out. He knew it. Good call. He was appealing. That's good play right there. Look at Joe West. He's saying they appealed on. He was explaining it to Santana. I think Carlos is saying he swung at that ball. He might have been looking in.
Well, to be honest, and that's the thing that had me confused, is I didn't even consider the fact that they were appealing it. Yeah, so I'm looking down at second base thinking, why did he call him out, or did he call him safe? What's going on? He dropped the ball?
That's right. That's what you do. You don't call him out. That was a good play by Joe West. I like that. Seeing that replay, I caught it.
Well, this is the 50th pitch now for Cashner. 2-1.
He's been behind most hitters in this ball game, throwing a lot of balls.
27 out of 50 have been balls.
That's a tough way to pitch in baseball.
Lindor, Arch mentioned, got a base hit in the first. Wasn't a ringing line drive or anything of that sort. It was
0-2.
Just kind of a
jammer.
Jam job to center, but it dropped. That's in the hole, and that's a base hit. And Kipnis will stop right there. Frank Gore still has a very good arm in right field.
Well, you can tell right there. The reason why Kipnis stopped is because of the scouting report. They know who's playing right field. They know he has a great arm. He wasn't going to make the third out at third base. He wasn't sure, so he hesitated and stopped. That's on the scouting report right there.
Speaking of scouting reports, let's go down to Andre Knott.
Well, as we watch Andrew Kashner here in the second inning, he's thrown 52 pitches. He's 10 days in between starts because he's dealing with a blister on the finger. We all know how that works with pitchers. That could play into the ball strikes amount at this point in time as well.
Yeah, good.
Well, yeah, ask Rich Hill about blisters out in L.A.
Here's Mike Napoli. I just think if that was an issue, I don't think he'd still be out there. I think it's more of a case, you know, maybe the time in between starts because of the blister wasn't able to do enough side work. He just doesn't look sharp. He looks rusty.
Yeah, yes, I would agree there. Just doesn't have a good feel right now.
And Mike Napoli, who walked his first time up, looking at a 1-1 count.
Well, and I will say I haven't seen him like rub his hand or his finger or make it like it's sore or anything. He is just not in sync.
Ooh, breaking ball backed up. Napoli took. It's a strike, 1-2. Smashed to short. Inning-ending force at second. We played 2. It's Cleveland 4, Miami nothing.
You can stay connected all season with radio broadcasts, video highlights, stats, news, and more. Download MLB.com @Bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your smartphone and tablet.
Destin Hood, former Indians farmhand, will lead off. And Carrasco's pitch is outside. Hood was with Akron last year. had a solid season, got called up to AAA in the middle of the summer, and played about 17 games, I think it was. Just didn't really perform well, didn't hit, and then he was released. And Miami took a shot on him, and now here he is making his major league debut. Hood was originally a second-round pick of the Washington Nationals. And that's how he came to the Indians as a minor league free agent in 2014 at the end of that season. Hit .293 for Akron last year in 40 games. But in 17 games at AAA, he batted just .169 with 21 strikeouts in those 17 games. He's an Alabama native, and he swings through it. Another strikeout for Carrasco. That's 4 on the night.
This is going to be our Circle K strikeout. It's a good fastball on the outside edge that Hood comes up empty. He got a piece of it and fouled it into the glove. So 4 straight strikeouts after Francoeur mixed in a hit.
Adeiny Echeverria. Takes a strike. Broke his bat, right back to Cookie. 2 outs. Tonight, our greater coverage of baseball provided by T-Mobile. Danny Duffy will go against the Tigers tonight. He's 11-2 with a 3.01 ERA. The left-hander unbeaten against Central foes and 9-1 in his last 12. Anibal Sanchez scheduled to start for Detroit.
Yeah, that ball game soon to get underway there.
Ground ball to first. What a backhanded pick by Napoli. And the Marlins go 1-2-3 for the second time in 3 innings. Napoli flashing the leather. 4-0 Cleveland. To stay tuned later in the game for Miller Time. It's brought to you by Miller Lite. Jose Ramirez will lead off the third for Cleveland. Some of you may be tuning in late, perhaps wondering what's with all the yellow wristbands, and you may also notice yellow ribbons on the jerseys of the players and on the umpires. This is an effort to raise childhood cancer awareness. Major League Baseball, in coordination with all its teams, trying to help this effort. There's a fly ball to left, and Destin Hood will make the catch. I thought it was really pretty poignant earlier today. Anthony Rizzo, who's a big part of what the Chicago Cubs have done this year, and they're having an unbelievable year. 40 games over 500.
Yeah.
They're 87 and 47.
Yeah.
But Anthony Rizzo tweeted out earlier today that it was 8 years ago to the day that he was told that his cancer was in remission. And you can imagine as a young kid how that made him feel to hear that news. And then he later tweeted out that only 4% of cancer funding goes to pediatric cancer research.
Wow. Shocker right there.
And
4%?
Yeah, and again, that's Anthony Rizzo. I don't know where he got that information. Obviously, I think this is something he's very in tune with. But he said, hey, we got to change this and make sure every kid has a fighting chance. So, again, if you're wondering what the yellow wristbands and the ribbons are all about, it's just we're raising childhood cancer awareness all month long. And Major League Baseball making a special effort to help do that here tonight. 2 down in this third inning. And there was a great moment before the ball game. We showed it to you at the top of our telecast. 9-year-old young man Austin Gallagher from Cleveland Heights threw out the first pitch. Already a 2-time survivor of cancer.
Right.
So that young man has been through a lot.
And what a throw he made.
Yes.
On the first pitch, and he was all smiles.
Yes, he did. Abe Almonte grounded out his first time up. It was a terrific play at first by Xavier Scruggs, robbed him of a hit. To the Miami dugout. If you missed it earlier, this was the 9-year-old Austin Gallagher. Quite a young man, inspiration to a lot of folks. He's raised over $22,000 for St. Baldrick's, the largest private funder of childhood cancer research grants worldwide, and he threw a strike from the mound.
Yes, he did.
Now the 1-2. Lifted in the air, pretty well hit, deep left. Hood back. And it's going to be off the wall. And into second base with a double is Almonte. That hit right at the lip where that out-of-town scoreboard and the wall kind of connect. And earlier this year, we saw a ball disappear into that little crevice.
Kipnis hit the ball that disappeared, I thought.
That one almost went in there.
Yeah, I didn't see it hit the wall because of those lights there from where I'm sitting, and it just, I see it now.
If we could freeze that shot at some point, you can see the balls that are stuck in that crevice. There's 3 of them that you can see that somehow get lodged there. There's one right there.
You
somehow
never know how they get in.
They get trapped underneath there. And evidently they stay there for all time's sake. Out to the mound goes interim pitching coach Reed Cornelius for the 2nd time. This is a curious visit. 2 outs. Gave up a double. 66 pitches in. There's no action in the bullpen. Maybe wants to talk to him about Naquin because Naquin jumped him and stroked the double to right center his first time up.
Well, he had a chance to get his 1-2-3 inning out of the first 3, but that 2-out double by Almonte. It's only the 3rd hit, or excuse me, the 4th hit by the Indians. 2 doubles, a couple of singles.
strike called. Checked and a called strike. I don't think it was on the swing. It was the pitch location.
Yeah, they're going to just go a heater away, and it is. It's called on the pitch.
Tied him up. Good pitch that time by Cashner. Gets his second strikeout of the inning. And after 3, it's Cleveland 4, Miami nothing.
Season tickets by purchasing 2017 Indians season tickets. You'll get access to tickets for opening day, team shop discounts, tribe rewards, and more. Just go to Indians.com postseason for more details.
Ichiro Suzuki to lead off here in the 4th for Miami, and Carlos Carrasco with a fastball for strike 1.
Tell you what, he hit maybe the hardest ball hit of the game tonight to center field in his first at bat. That was tracked down by Tyler Naquin and knocked down by the wind.
Swung out and missed. 0-2. High heater just above the zone. Ichiro tried to drive one out of here in the first inning. That wind has died down a little bit since the game began. Swung out and missed. Great breaking ball down. And Ichiro strikes out, 1 away, and that's 5 Ks for Carrasco.
That's a good pitch, boy. He's had a very good slider recently. In his last few starts, he gets command of it. He gets on top of it. The only hit he gave up today was on the slider, but he got underneath that one. But that one, he stayed on top of, and you can see it. The bottom just drops out, goes straight down, and he gets his 5th strikeout.
And a fastball strike. .35 out of 50 for Carrasco have been strikes. And now Martin Prado, who grounded out in the first inning. Awaits the 1-1 pitch. Slow chopper to third. And Ramirez loads in a hurry, and Napoli can't quite scoop it out, and that's only the second man to reach against Carrasco tonight.
Well, it had to be one of those perfect plays by Ramirez. He's going to come in and he's going to glove it because he was jammed on it, and it's slowly rolling. And I think if Napoli picks it, they might have had him. I'm not sure. Take another look at it. There's the short hop. Does he get him if Nap picks it?
I don't know. That would have been close.
Awfully close.
Really
it's going to go as a base hit, and rightfully so. That's a ball he gets jammed. But when you're having the kind of year Prado's having, you get a base hit. Man, he's having a nice year. Hitting .317 coming into tonight.
1 on 1 out for the dangerous Christian Yelich. Strikeout victim his first time up, and he looks at a breaking ball for strike 1. You wouldn't know it by the way Carrasco has pitched so far tonight, but the Miami Marlins brought the #1 road batting average in Major League Baseball into this game tonight.
I see that.
287 as a team. The Major League average is 256. Also explains why they've been able to be just a game over 500 on the road this year.
I was wondering what they don't like about South Florida or their ballpark. You know, and it's hard to tell. You know, sometimes you hit better at home, sometimes you hit better on the road. There's no rhyme or reason.
Well, I know when we were down there a couple years ago, there weren't a lot of runs scored in that series, but it just didn't seem like a real hitter's paradise.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Didn't they shorten the fences though this year in that place? I think they did in some areas. I think so. Not sure. I wasn't a big fan of the ballpark when we were there. You know, when it's closed, and it's closed most of the time.
Yeah. Swung on and missed. He got him again. Carrasco strikes out Yelich for the second time, and that gives him 6 strikeouts in the ballgame.
Yeah, Carrasco's been on a roll. When you come to strikeouts, it's going to be a changeup. You can see how he turns that over. That ball just goes straight down. And Carrasco in his last 5 starts has struck out 8 batters in 5 consecutive starts. And he's looking for a couple of more and make it 6.
Line drive base hit in the left field by JT Realmuto. And there are 2 on with 2 out for Jeff Francoeur.
Well, 2 outs, and I would get aggressive too if I'm Miami. You don't want to fall behind after you see a slider. So he picked on a fastball. It was up and it had a little bit of the plate, and he gets the base hit. So first time they've had 2 runners aboard in an inning.
In his last 4 starts plus what he's done so far here tonight, Carrasco has struck out 42 batters, and he's walked 1, and that, as I told you at the top of the telecast, was an intentional walk. So the one thing you have to love is how he has pounded the strike zone.
Yeah.
And sure, at times he's given up some hits and he's got knocked around a little bit, but as you said, you'd rather be hit out of the game than set it up for him and walk guys.
I was just going to say it again. You're right, man. You got to make these guys put it in play and knock you out of the ball game.
Threw it by him low, Cheddar. 1-1.
Nothing worse than walking guys 2 or 3 or 4 in a game, and you know, not your defense gets lazy.
Look what it did already tonight.
Yeah, in the first inning.
Marlins. Yeah.
That's right. That's how the Indians got on the board. Too many walks.
Jeff Francoeur, he had a solid line drive single into left field his first time up. And Carlos trying to dot the outside corner, but just missed.
Yeah, that Francoeur hit came on an 0-2 pitch.
There's a good fastball, but it was away.
He just can't catch up to it. Maybe in his younger years. I mean, he takes a hard swing at it, but that ball was actually by him.
Two on, two out, 2-2 pitch. Chopped right to Lindor. He scoops it, kicks the bag, inning over. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. 2 more strikeouts for Carrasco. Most consecutive games decided by 3 runs or less all time. Marlins have played 24 in a row. And the club they used to be, the Montreal Expos, had 26 in a row back in 1973.
3 or less. That's consecutive, huh? No blowouts. You're in ball games.
Yep.
You have a chance.
I think one of the reasons for that, and again, this might go back to what we just talked about, the fact that, you know, their ballpark plays a little bigger, maybe. Roberto Perez bounces one to third. The Miami Marlins, since the All-Star break, have allowed the fewest home runs in all of baseball.
Okay.
So you don't give up the long ball. You know, you maybe
Keeps in the ball game.
Stay out of the big inning that way,
Yeah.
perhaps.
Yeah. I would agree with that. You get base runners, if they don't hit it out of the ballpark consistently, yeah, you stay away from big innings.
The Indians are kind of middle of the pack since the All-Star break. They've given up 55. Minnesota has given up the most, 69.
Yeah. Well, they did stop their string last night against the White Sox when they went home. They won 8-6, so their 13-game losing streak is over. They didn't tie the franchise record.
The 1982 Twins got together and popped some champagne, I understand.
Yeah. Rory Smalley was over there. He was in town with the Twins when they were here.
.20 pitch is outside, 3-0. Last time up, Santana got a 3-0 pitch, and he put a line drive swing, and it didn't get more than maybe 20 feet off the ground, but it was scorched. This time a 4-pitch walk.
That was a free at bat for him in that situation. That's walk number 5 for Cashner. The funny thing is you know, the first inning 51%, second 52% when you talk about strikes. The third inning 92%. He only threw 1 ball in that inning and 12 strikes. But now you get the walk to Santana, and here he comes out of the stretch again.
And here's Jason Kipnis, who's already walked twice tonight and scored a run.
Yeah, between he and Santana, they both walked twice. So.
Breaking ball over the outside corner for a strike. Indians began the day 20 games over 500, 5 in front of Detroit in the loss column in the Central standings. Detroit just getting underway against Kansas City as Kipnis looks at a ball outside. Gets away, and down to second goes Santana. A wild pitch. Baltimore's trying to hang around in the American League East. They've got a big series with the Yankees. They started the day 4 games out in the standings, but they're up 6-0 on New York early in that game. I saw a note earlier today that I thought you would love. Wait for this pitch to Kipnis first.
Yeah, Baltimore is right there in the wild card.
Ground ball to second base. D. Gordon takes care of Kipnis, 2 down. Jim Passon of BaseballUncorked.com tells us that Baltimore beat New York last night. They had 870 wins all time against the Yankees.
Right.
The Yankees got their 870th win against Baltimore September the 28th, 1969.
Oh my goodness. Is that right? Really? So we've been playing for 50 years and they're
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Oof.
Well, is it considered the Baltimore franchise because where did it move from? St. Louis? I
Yeah, the St. Louis Browns.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm thinking. So
There were some bad teams back then.
you know, does it count like that?
Yeah, I'm not
Because
sure. I would assume it had to. I just thought that was pretty.
But that's some digging right there. He wanted to go back. Well, they're winning tonight. They're up 6-0.
Yeah.
But Baltimore, it's all about their pitching. If they get any kind of pitching, they'll hang around and they got a chance for the wild card. If they don't, I don't think they're going to win the division the way their starting pitchers are. They got 3 guys above the 5 mark when it comes to ERA. And you can't expect those guys to just slug them to death every game.
I saw a note earlier today as Lindor swings and misses. It's 2-2. They said that the Tigers' chances of making the playoffs, not winning the division, but making the playoffs, is about 50%. Baltimore's is about 30%. And it's just based on their strength of schedule.
Yeah,
Baltimore's got to play all those teams that are
in the East that are fighting.
Yeah.
Right, I agree.
Tigers' toughest games, they've got 7 left with Cleveland. Other than that,
and then Kansas City this weekend.
Right.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of spoilers out there that could make it.
It's true, very true.
Never forget about the spoilers in September.
Santana swings and misses and
He fouled
strikes
it,
out.
didn't he?
No,
Nope.
I guess
Guess not.
The inning is over. Indians got a runner to third, couldn't get him home, but they still lead it 4-0. Brought to you by Levin Furniture. For the best deals on furniture and mattresses, shop Levin's. Ah, yeah, the famous Blue Angels getting ready for the air show this weekend.
They were
down at the lakefront,
buzzing downtown when I was driving in today.
They were roaring over the ballpark.
Yeah,
right when the Indians took the field for BP today. Xavier Scruggs leading off for Miami, bottom third of the Marlins lineup. Carlos Carrasco has shut him out on 3 hits through the first 4 innings and has struck out a half dozen. And it's quickly 0-2.
Getting a feel for that slider. The first inning he didn't have a swing and a miss, but after that he has plenty.
Swung on and missed. He took care of him on 3 pitches, and that is now 7 strikeouts for Carlos Carrasco here tonight. What have you seen from Carlos tonight that looks so much different than the guy we saw in Texas his last time?
Commanding that fastball, and he has a feel for his slider now. He's had command. He's not walking anybody. The mistakes in his last start hurt him, but right now he looks in control, and I think the 3 runs in the first inning certainly help him go out there and relax a little bit more. You know, he's always been a dominant pitcher on the road, but right now his stuff is dominant.
Well, Carrasco retired the side in order in that first inning. That's a fair ball down in the right field corner, and he kicks by Chisenhall. And in the second base with a double is Destin Hood, and that's his first major league hit, making his big league debut here tonight. And he shoots one down into the right field corner for a double, and they'll toss that ball into the Miami dugout.
Well, I guess it's appropriate he gets it against the Indians. He was in spring training with them, and the last couple of hits have come on the first pitch. So I would expect them to get a little aggressive when they see that first pitch fastball, and that's a nice swing. Stayed on it, and it stays fair just inside the line. Ricochets off the stands and comes back into play.
Adeiny Echeverria. Backhanded by Lindor. Now he's got Hood hung up.
Love it.
And he's going to be tagged out.
Boy, how nice was Lindor? He never gave up the ball. He didn't commit. He made the base runner commit on the 1 hop, and then works him back to second base, and 1 quick throw and a tag. Well done. That's what you look. He was going to throw it to third. Nope. Make your commitment. There it is. Go back to the bag, an easy tag to get the out. Nicely done. The fewer throws, the better in a play like this. Bad base running there.
Well, that's a big mistake by a young player, Destin Hood, because when you're down 4 runs, you've got to make sure that ball's going to go through.
Yeah, your run means nothing if you're going to get thrown out. So that's a mistake.
D. Gordon 0 for 2 is grounded out twice.
This is the very first 2-0 count from Carlos tonight. I want to send along some birthday wishes. Regina DeLuca from Niagara Falls turning 92 today.
Right.
Pat's mom. So Regina, happy birthday. Lorena Snodgrass of Akron is 96. Regina Simmons of Mayfield is 90. And Helen Volk is turning 87 today. So happy birthday to each and every one of you out there.
Rigo Reveron turning 71 tonight. He's an usher here at the ballpark. And all of those famous people share a birthday with the former #1 pick of the Indians in 1972, Rick Mann.
I thought you were going to say Zap because we missed his. His was yesterday. So, yes.
Happy birthday, Zap.
Zap, happy birthday. Tom Zappone, I don't know where he is at tonight.
Well, what are you going to do to celebrate?
I'm doing it right now. Watching a ball game. First walk for Carrasco in some time.
Can we get some ice cream up here for this
No,
man's
we don't
birthday,
need it.
man?
No, we're in good shape.
Sweet Moses, if you just happen to be listening and, you know, maybe
Well,
got
now
extra
that's
Sunday
different.
laying around that you don't know what to do with. All right, 2 on, 2 out. Ichiro Suzuki, the batter. He flied to deep center in the first, struck out swinging in the fourth. And he swings and fouls it back. Archie, watched this guy when he came in 2001 with the Seattle Mariners. He was unbelievable. Wasn't your typical rookie because he had you know, a number of years of experience playing in Japan. But what has impressed you the most about watching this guy year in and year out?
How consistent he's been. He's been like a Rod Carew, a Wade Boggs. Those guys, they come over here and they continue to do the same thing, and people make adjustments on him. He's been able to go down the line and get a lot of infield hits. He's just been. He's a great outfielder, had a great arm. He's really been good for the game of baseball. Tremendous player.
Is it bat control that what makes him so good as a hitter?
Yeah, it is bat control. He knows himself better than anybody. He keeps himself in shape. Obviously he works hard. He's 42 years old, Mike.
You wouldn't know it.
And I mean, this guy looks like he's got the body of a 20-year-old.
Pulls that one up the middle. Kipnis to Lindor. That's the inning-ending force. Carrasco, 5 scoreless in the book. And the Indians lead it 4-0. Ball, a little souvenir before they head home tonight.
Well, they have a chance. Keep looking. They fly into the seats an awful lot. Players give a lot of baseballs away now.
Mike Napoli walked in the first, bounced into a fielder's choice in the second. Swing and a miss. Knapp still sitting on 29 homers. 89 runs batted in. And it's 1-2.
Yeah, for Knapp, it has been a while. August 11th was his last home run. Yeah. Believe it or not, it was against the Angels when they were here.
And he takes a called third. 4 Ks for Cashner. One down here in the home half of the 5th. Let's go down to Andre.
Well, you were talking about Napoli, and the last time he hit a home run, he thought the off day was good for him. It's been 19 days since his last home run. Now, the 19 days prior to those 19 games, guys, he had 9 home runs in 19 games. Now he's had 19 games without a home run. So he says that off day will help him tremendously.
Well, let's hope so. You know, hey, there's still 30 games left, including tonight. There's still a ways to go, and I think there's a hot spell in him. I really do.
Ramirez drives one deep right center, and it's going to short hop the fence. And Ramirez is going to stop at second base. Probably a wise decision. D. Gordon, good arm. He was on the relay trail, and you get a 1-out double.
Well, the only reason why I said keep going is because there's 1 out, and they would have had to make 2 perfect throws, and you're up 4 runs. So you could take a chance in this situation if you wanted to. He's fine. He's in scoring position. You see, he sort of started to pull up a little bit. He was thinking about it. He just wasn't hell-bent on going to third base right out of the batter's box.
Yeah, he made the decision on his own.
I think so, yes.
Well, Lonnie Chisenhall, an RBI ground out in the first. Rung up his last time to the plate. Marlins bullpen still quiet. Cashner nearing 100 pitches for the night. Good eye by Chisenhall, 2-0.
Cashner hasn't been afraid to go into the left-handers. He's been in there enough. None of them have been strikes for the most part. There's been a few in there, but he's made a conscious effort of going inside, which I think that's what you have to do as a pitcher.
And it's 3-0 with Abraham Almonte on deck. Got the breaking ball over.
There's your 3-0 breaking ball, like we were talking about nowadays. You're careful a little more with the 3-0 counts, and here's what pitchers do: 3-0, breaking ball away. How about that? Unless he's just pitching around them.
And that looked like fastball was off the plate. 2 on, 1 out. In-game recap brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. In the first, key play. Looked like maybe a strike him out, throw him out, double play. Instead, the check swing was upheld, said he didn't go around. So Santana didn't have to worry about being tagged out. Napoli drew a bases loaded walk. Ramirez an RBI ground out. Lonnie Chisenhall an RBI ground out. And then another sac fly in the second inning for the Indians, making it 4-0.
Yeah, that was a gift inning. But certainly taken and welcomed. But that walk now, Cashner has walked 6 today, which is a season high. Last time he walked 5. It was against the White Sox in August.
There's a blast right center. That's going to get down, and it'll go to the wall. Scoring is Ramirez. Chisenhall coming home. Throw to the plate, not in time. Abraham Almonte with his second double of the night. A 2-run shot here in the 5th. Makes it a 6-0 Indians lead.
He hit a bullet right here. That ball was down. And I mean a line drive off the facing of the bullpen for the Indians. That ball was hit very hard. Both runners around to score. Chisenhall going head first. Almonte gets his 15th and 16th ribby, and it's a 6-0 ball game now.
And up comes Tyler Naquin, who doubled, then came around to score in the second inning. Struck out his last time up. Bullpen now busy for Miami. And a strike to the outside corner. Going out. Let's take a look at Austin Bryce getting loose in the Miami pen. They decide to do here. 0-2. Fastball missed in. We were on that last road trip out west, and I had that stat from the guys at InsideEdge.com. It said there were 16 hitters in baseball that had a 300 or better average on breaking balls or off-speed pitches, and the Indians have 4 of them, including Naquin. So no surprise they go fastball and elevate it to get him out. 2 down.
Second straight time he's been able to get Naquin. That was a high fastball, as you say. 5 strikeouts now for Cashner.
And Roberto Perez, who laid down a sac bunt in the second and then grounded out in the fourth. Fastball strike. Good block by Real Muto. Indians with 3 in the first. They tacked 1 on in the second. They had runners in scoring position in the third and fourth. Cashner held them off the board. But then here in the fifth, a big hit by Abe Almonte, driving in 2 more. 1-1. No chase. Fastball strike.
That was a good fastball there on the outside part of the plate. You can see he really struggled in that first inning. Got some help from the umpires, and then he settled in and started to throw more strikes as the game went along.
Well, he didn't get help from the umpires.
No, he didn't get. You're right.
The Indians did. The 2-2.
And he's thrown a lot in the dirt tonight. That's number 12 that Real Muto has had to go down and block. 12 out in front of the dish.
Now the string is out for Perez. 2 gone here in the 5th inning. Fastball hit well, deep right, down the line, and just foul.
So that had to slice right at the end. I mean, that looked like it was going to be fair all the way, even though we're sitting behind the axle. But you can see how far that thing sliced at the end. Hit the wall.
Yeah.
Mind you, halfway up is right. So that thing has a lot of slice to it.
My guess, one way or the other, last batter of the night for Cashner.
I would agree there.
Quite possibly last pitch of the night. And he got him looking. Fastball inside corner, rung him up. But Abraham Almonte puts 2 more on the board for Cleveland, and they lead it 6-0. Corey Kluber with a stellar performance. He went 8 innings, allowed 3 runs on 6 hits, walked 2, punched out a season-high 11. As the Indians roll to a series sweep of the Minnesota Twins. Martin Prado leading off the 6th for Miami. And a fastball strike. Carrasco has 6 strikeouts, but he's also recorded 7 outs on 3 pitches or less. So that helps you get through the innings a little quicker. Oh, 7 strikeouts. Got to mark 1 down. I didn't highlight it.
Yeah, he has been striking out a lot of guys lately.
Oh, wow. Prado, he got a reprieve there. I think he knew that was a strike too.
Very well. Yeah, that looks pretty darn good. But you catch a break. 1-2 count.
Whoa, that was wicked. Did you see that?
Yeah, he's got such a great feel for that now. Now there's 8 strikeouts for Carrasco. That's 6 consecutive starts now with 8 strikeouts, and that ties him with Clayton Kershaw.
That's a good hitter right here, and he just was baffled.
It's the longest streak by an Indians pitcher, 8 strikeouts in 6 consecutive starts since Corey Kluber did it back in 2014 in 6 starts. That's impressive. And he hasn't been walking guys while he's been doing it. He has 1 tonight, but that goes to show you that slider's back.
And when he's got the slider with the changeup set up by the well-located fastball. Its
stuff is electric.
tough at bat.
Yeah, just ask the hitters. You know, now these hitters have never faced Carrasco before, but I bet they'll have something to say that this guy's got very good stuff if you go in and talk into the clubhouse and talk to him afterwards.
Swung on and missed, and Christian Yelich has had his hands full so far tonight.
You know, remember I told you the first inning Carrasco didn't have a swing and a miss. Well, he's got 15 swings and misses since that inning.
Out of play.
Yeah, you were talking about Yelich. He had a nice series up in New York.
Boy, did he ever.
You know, great series offensively. Defensively, he made a couple nice plays. He's homered in the last 3 games. They had a 4-game series. They finally won one last night, and this guy had 4 ribbies. A big part of it.
Outside corner. Now he's out looking. He's got the hat trick, and that's 9 strikeouts for Carrasco.
Well, just check the locations and check the pitches. Fastball, outside edge, and he's coming right at you. And then comes the slider, the changeup, and you see the secondary stuff just as filthy as anything. And really, you don't know what to do, man. You tip your cap. He's been in total control of this ball game. That's your best chance. That's his second time. First pitch, he came up and hit a fastball in the same spot the last time. So the last 3 hits by the Marlins have been first pitch fastballs. They've gotten after Carrasco, and they have been successful. Again, this one elevated a little bit. It's almost like a replay of his last at bat.
And it will bring up Jeff Francoeur, who is 1 for 2.
That's the road warrior that hits so well on the road.
Inside ball 1. One and 1. Good off speed pitch. Francoeur way out in front of him. And now he's got him down to the count of 1 and 2. That's where the veteran hitter's got to be thinking, all right, he's not giving me the fastball. It's just steady diet of off-speed pitches.
Yeah, I'd be looking for it.
Blowing away, 2 and 2.
And if he throws a good one, you're not going to hit it anyway. But if you're going to sit on it, you have to fall off the fastball. And a lot of young hitters, they can't do that. They have a tough time sitting on off-speed pitches and letting the fastball go, because it's your pride that says, I can't let him throw a fastball by me.
He blew it by him indeed. The veteran Francoeur could not catch up. And Carlos Carrasco has punched out 10 Miami Marlins in 6 shutout innings of work. 6 walks, 6 strikeouts.
6 is the lucky number.
And the Cleveland Clinic call to the bullpen has been made for Austin Bryce.
Guy that was just recalled from AAA New Orleans on Monday. His second stint with the Marlins this year.
Well, we mentioned the Indians have seen a steady diet of left-handed pitching. And in this series, not only will they not face a left-handed starter, but there's only one left-hander in the bullpen for Miami.
That's the first thing you look at, or I do, when we come into play. How many lefties do they have coming out of the bullpen? Because you're right, we've seen nothing but left-handers, it seems like.
Carlos Santana has walked, driven in a run, and walked again. He scored a run. Pop, shallow right. D. Gordon makes the catch, 1 away. Player profile tonight brought to you by Levin Furniture. Christian Yelich, Gold Glove winner a couple of years ago. Former first-round pick out of high school. Had a chance to go play for the Hurricanes. He decided to play for the Marlins instead.
Yeah, and I like that selection by him. It's a little better.
Jason Kipnis has walked twice, scored a run. Tampa Bay leads Toronto 4-2. They're in the 6th inning. Tampa Bay has given up the fewest number of runs since the All-Star break. It really hasn't helped their cause overall.
Yeah, offensively, it's their offense has changed. They turned into like a home run hitting club, and that's how they score for the most part.
Yeah. But they began the day 20 games under 500, exact opposite record as the Indians, and buried in the basement of the AL East.
Plus, they traded Matt Moore to San Francisco before the deadline.
Yeah.
A good left-hander.
Slowly chopped to second base. 2 down.
Well, the first 12,500 fans will get a Carlos Baerga jersey. That'll be tomorrow night. All fans can enjoy the pregame block party if you come down early. There'll also be postgame fireworks to follow the ball game. Just go to Indians.com.
Francisco Lindor is 2 for 3 tonight. Couple of singles and a run scored. Would you care to wager a guess as to who's given up the second fewest runs in the American League since the All-Star break?
Pardon me? I'm sorry.
The team that's given up the second fewest number of runs in the American League since the All-Star break.
I do not know.
Lindor with a smash to second. The Detroit Tigers.
Okay.
Big reason why they're still nipping at the heels of the Indians. 1, 2, 3. Middle of the 6th. Baseball is brought to you by Ford, built Ford tough. By the injury lawyers at Elk & Elk, proud partner of the Cleveland Indians. Call 1-800-ELK, Ohio. And by Adventure, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram. And a 6-0 Cleveland lead. Heading to the 7th inning as you get a look at the top of the terminal tower. Xavier Scruggs has struck out twice tonight. And a breaking ball for strike one.
Carrasco, very good command of his fastball tonight. 10th career 10 strikeout game. Boy, he's wasting no time, is he?
That's number 11.
And we just watch. You can see the pitches here. A good fastball. See that ball just coming out of the chute. There's the changeup. But you can see the split on that one. The spin on it. The change.
Here's Destin Hood. First major league hit his last time up, but then a base running mistake, and he was erased shortly thereafter. Drive base hit. He's got another knock. Destin Hood 2 for 3. And a one-out base runner here in the 7th inning as Andrew Miller is up in the Cleveland bullpen. Get your tailgate party started tomorrow morning at 9 with Ohio State head coach Urban Meyer. We'll preview the Buckeyes season opener against Bowling Green at the Shoe. Game time with Urban Meyer tomorrow at 9 a.m. on Fox Sports Ohio.
It's hard to, you know, I know we're going into Labor Day weekend and it happens every year, but football starting, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, we're wrapping up the last month of the baseball season.
Deep right, back his line. He'll make the catch. 2 down. Yeah, we've got week 2 of the high school season.
Right.
College football's opening, and then next weekend,
NFL. I know, it is. It's.
And it's days like this that sort of really cement it in your head that the change is coming. We've still got warm days ahead. It's going to be 90 by the time this homestand's over. But you get a day like this where it's 70 and that cool breeze is coming off the lake.
Yeah,
like,
the sun goes down.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you look up at the clock, and at about 8 o'clock now that sun is set or setting.
Now the 0-1. Tied him up inside with a nice breaking ball. Gordon 0 for 2 with a walk. That looked pretty close. 1-2 the count.
Yeah, tough one to take. It's a good pitch. You get to an 0-2 count. And look at Carlos, has really been in command. He had a 22 pitch second inning.
Could have been a 9-pitch inning. Lindor hits the bag to end the inning. Carrasco breezes through the 7th on to 10 tosses. Stretch time in Cleveland.
As it's KeyBank Kids Fun Day, and you get to run the bases after the post game thanks to Cleveland Clinic's children. Visit Indians.com for all the details. $4 o'clock start on this Sunday.
Yeah, with the air show and Labor Day weekend, they changed up with a Sunday 4 o'clock affair. Mike Napoli, first ball, swinging, backhanded by Echeverria. 1 down. Well, wherever you're watching from and whatever your plans are, I hope you enjoy a very safe and happy Labor Day weekend. Jose Ramirez doubled and scored his last time up. Down and in. You know, you asked me the other day if we had heard with regards to the waiver wire claims. Remember, there was a claim put on Yasiel Puig.
Right.
You said if we heard anything. Ken Rosenthal, our buddy at Fox Sports, reporting that it was the Brewers
that claimed him,
who put the claim in on.
I was curious. They don't have to tell anybody, right?
And reportedly, according to Ken, there was talk of a Puig for Braun swap. At least that was the framework of the deal. There were probably other moving parts involved. Interesting. They decided to pull him back and nothing happened, but certainly wonder if maybe in the offseason that might not get revisited.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't think they ever had to tell anybody who claimed him.
No, I don't think they do.
But there's always leaks around it.
That's right.
No kidding. Anonymous source. They can't go on record and say.
Well, and the interesting thing, according to Ken, is that Braun has one of those no-trade deals, but the Dodgers were not one of the teams on his no-trade list. So they wouldn't have needed his consent.
Oh, okay.
Jose Ramirez rocks one high in the air to right, but not deep enough. Frank Gore has a routine play for out number 2.
So see where the I think the Dodgers try to trade for everybody, and people just say no thanks, go home. I see where they were interested in Greinke again, trying to get him from the Diamondbacks.
Breaking ball, strike. Nothing into the count. Bit high. Lonnie Chisenhall with 2 down and the base is empty. On the inside out pitch that was bearing in on him.
Yeah, he had to dig that one out. That was inside. Just to foul it off and live for another pitch.
Chased one down and in. And Bryce retires the side in order. He has set down all 6 that he has faced.
Tirándole el tercero y el segundo ponchado de la noche. Y ahora viene hablando Almonte, otro batazo en el gape, si pega en la barda, entra el primero y vienen 2 a la casa. Carrera número 5 y 6, 2 carreras impulsadas para Abraham Almonte.
Rafael Hernandez Brito with the call on that play.
Spanish Heritage Month. And it's Puerto Rican Pride Night here at the ballpark.
Ichiro Suzuki leading off here in the 8th. And taking a strike, Carlos Carrasco. He's like a machine out there tonight.
Well, he was at 100 pitches after last inning, and you figure we had Miller that was up warming up, and Tito said, this guy's been on cruise control. Let's let him go again. You know, no trouble, really.
Yeah. Not like he's had many stressful.
No, 21 swings and misses tonight for Carlos. He's got 11 punch outs.
Ichiro. Down in the dirt, 1-2. Jeff Manship getting loose. Again, Ichiro laying off, 2-2. Tampa Bay's extended their lead over Toronto to 6-2 in the 7th. Kansas City's on the board with the bases still loaded, 4-1. They trail the Tigers in the 3rd at Kauffman Stadium. Roller to second base, and Kipnis throws out Ichiro, 1 away. Tomorrow, baseball on Fox Sports 1 returns with a big doubleheader. First, it's the Astros and the Rangers. Then Tigers Royals. Action begins 3:30 Eastern on FS1, or watch it live on Fox Sports Go. So Terry Francona's going to make his move to the bullpen right here. Carlos Carrasco goes 7 1/3. Shutout innings. Walked 1, struck out 11. He'll leave to a nice hand from the crowd.
Why not?
Performance here tonight, shutting out the Marlins over 7 1/3 innings on 6 hits, 1 walk, 11 strikeouts, and now he'll give way to Jeff Manship. Martin Prado, 1 for 3, will lead it off for the Marlins.
Yeah, we mentioned that Carrasco continued that string of 8 or more strikeouts now for 6 consecutive starts.
Swung on and missed. Get off speed pitch by Manship down.
Yeah. Located beautifully.
Way outside. Down in the dirt. Hit a long way, deep right. Back goes Lonnie Chisenhall, can't get it, and it's going to hop up into the seats for a ground rule double.
And he drove that ball a long way opposite field, stayed on it, waited. And it looked like a fastball that he got a hold of and drove it over the head of Chisenhall as it's a ground rule double and bounces into the seats. There's the fastball, and he waited on that ball nicely and bounces into the seats. So it's hit number 7 for Miami. It's their second double.
Christian Yelich swings at the first pitch, bounces it to Kipnis, and 2 down. After striking out 3 times against Carlos Carrasco, he saw something out over the plate, and I'm getting after it quick.
Why not? Especially the way, you know, when you take care of a hitter that's been very hot and had a great series, coming off a great series, he feels good about himself. But boy, those first 3 at-bats, Carrasco worked him over.
And now JT Realmuto, who he was aggressive against Carrasco, and it worked for a pair of singles. But even he struck out once. And a fastball strike. Taps it foul. First of 3 this weekend. Night game tomorrow. 7 o'clock start time. High drive, deep left. That's headed for the porch and gone. A 2-out, 2-run homer by JT Realmuto. And that gets the Marlins on the board. It cuts the Indians' lead to 6-2.
Yeah, that pitch hung up with 2 strikes there. He left one up in the zone. It looked like he hung it. Look at the pitch. They want it down. That's a breaking ball, boy, that stayed middle of the plate. And that's what happens to hanging breaking balls. So Marlins on the board. Realmuto is 8th homer. And Ricky Callaway quickly comes out. Has 3 hits tonight, JT.
Indians getting action once again in the bullpen. Looks like Cody Allen. Outside, he missed. Ball 1. Jeff Francoeur has singled. Bounced into a fielder's choice and struck out tonight. And a foul right back. Chased one. 1-2. Baltimore pounding the Yankees 8-0. They're in the 7th. Tampa Bay doing a number on the Blue Jays 8-2 in the 8th. And Francoeur down swinging to end the 8th inning here in Cleveland. Marlins get on the board, but it's 6-2 Tribe as we go to the bottom of inning number 8. Is presented by authority of the Cleveland Indians and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians. Bottom of the 8th inning here at Progressive Field. Crowd of 24,415 on this Friday night. And right-hander Nefi Ogando will come on to pitch for the Marlins, making his 6th appearance. And he's got the bottom third of the order. Well, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. And Abraham Almonte twice tonight has delivered doubles. And the second one drove in a pair and really gave the Indians command in this game. It was 6-0 after that double in the 5th. It's now 6-2 here in the 8th. And Ogando's pitch up and away, ball 1. Above the belt, but called a strike. And Almonte chased one down and in there. A chopper in the hole, cut off by Echeverria. And he unloads and made a good throw to get Almonte.
Yeah, he's a good shortstop. This guy, you see him on highlights occasionally. Makes a lot of good plays out there at the center of the diamond. This is a backhanded version. He has to plant good strong throw across in time to get him. He is not a bad defensive shortstop whatsoever. I was just going to say the Marlins are out hitting the Indians 8-6, but it's the Indians in the run column that counts 6-2.
Line drive, base hit left field for Tyler Naquin. And he's 2 for 4 tonight. Our Pat O'Brien play of the game. Let's go back to the first inning. Carlos Santana was running on a 2-strike pitch to Kipnis. Looked like strike him out, throw him out. But they appealed. And third base umpire Andy Fletcher said he didn't go around. So Santana wasn't out because it was a walk to Kipnis. And that set up the inning big time. Bases were loaded after a Lindor single. Napoli walked to drive in a run. Couple of fielder's choice groundouts. It was 3-0 Cleveland. They added one on the second on a sac fly, and then the 2-run double by Almonte in the 5th.
Yeah, that was a big turnaround, boy. That first inning.
Roberto Perez takes down an in, ball 1. Naquin's off with the pitch. And a fly ball left field. And Tyler will have to retreat. 2 down. First time the Indians and Marlins met in the regular season as far as interleague play is concerned was back in 2002. Tribe went to South Florida for a 3-game series in the middle of June. And that was an ill-fated road trip for the Tribe. They would lose all 3 games to the Marlins. At that time, they were known as the Florida Marlins. And by the time that road trip had ended, The Indians traded Bartolo Colon to Montreal.
We were in Boston, weren't we?
At the end of that road trip.
Yeah.
It was a stunning turn of events, but a trade that really helped transform the Indians in years later with the additions of Pittsburgh, Grady Sizemore. The next year, the Marlins won the World Series in '03. Then the year after, they came to Cleveland and took 2 out of 3 from the Indians. They had a budding young star that we didn't know much about at the time by the name of Miguel Cabrera. Boy, would we get to know him in the coming years.
We didn't know how well, though.
Then in '07, the Indians went back down to Miami. That was a great year for the Tribe. They beat him in the series opener 3-0, and if I remember right, that was Jason Stanford.
Yeah, I believe you're right. Wasn't he matched up against
Dontrell Willis?
Yes.
Then they lost the next 2. And they wouldn't play again for 5 years. The Marlins came here to Cleveland in 2012. The Indians won 1 out of those games. The Marlins took 2 out of 3. But then the Indians went back down to Miami 3 years ago in their new ballpark. And even though the Marlins won the opener, the Indians bounced back, winning 4-3 and 2-0 to take that series. Two down and 2 aboard now after Santana walks for the 3rd time tonight. You know what I remember most about that first series between these two teams, regular season of course, is the fact that even though the Indians were kind of in a tailspin, Marlins weren't playing all that great either at that point, even though the next year they would win the World Series. But Luis Castillo, the second baseman, had a hit streak. He was like at 30, 31, 32 games roughly, and the crowd got smaller every night. His hitting streak was going up, but fewer and fewer people were coming.
I know it was over 30s. I think it's 33, 34, somewhere around there.
But that was, you know, the thing I remember most about, I think it rained every night that series.
It did.
There was a rain delay every night.
Yeah, we got into wherever we were going very late.
I think we went from there to maybe to Montreal.
Yes. We saw the sun come up.
Yeah.
Wee.
You shouldn't say papa.
His Murph just told me it was a 35-game hitting streak.
Okay. I knew it was pretty substantial.
It's been the longest in the National League, I think, since then. Nobody's had one longer than 35, I don't believe.
Kipnis takes, it's outside, 3-1. Nefe Ogando. 2 outs, but then the walk to Santana. And now 3-1 to Kipnis. And he walks in below the bases. The growing pains of the young pitching.
Oh, yeah. Come in, they've got to get some work. They've got electric stuff, and sometimes, you know, they try and do a little too much, and patience, I guess, is the word.
Another visit from Reed Cornelius, serving as the pitching coach tonight. They do have a right-hander up getting loose in the pen. Lindor going to be the batter. Now Frankie came to bat in the first inning with runners at first and second, and that was his 126th at bat of the year with a runner in scoring position, most on the Indians ballpark. And of all of the things that he's done well this year, that's the one where he hasn't done it. He hasn't been
average.
Great. Yeah, 256 average with runners in scoring. There's nothing wrong with that. But he's just been so good at so many different things.
Well, you know, you can have years where you have hot and cold spells, but if you get your big guy, you got to keep giving them opportunities to drive them in. And how many big hits do they get?
Well, and again, I bases loaded, 2 down. Let's wait for the pitch here. It's a strike. Jose Ramirez, been one of the best. Coco Crisp for this year is the best with runners in scoring position.
Right.
He was asked about it earlier today, and he said, you know, man, I don't know. I don't know that I bear down any harder with runners in scoring position. He said, I shouldn't be that way. I should be trying to do the same thing every time I'm at the plate. But I think you're right. Maybe it's sometimes you just get off to a good start with runners in scoring position, and they just kind of
you just get a feel, you have a belief, an inner belief that I'm going to get the job done. And you don't panic. That's it. RBI guys, if they do it consistently, are fun to watch.
He's in the hole 0-2 and down in the dirt. There's Coco, who I believe, if I remember the number correctly, is over 400.
424, I believe.
424 with runners in scoring position this year. He's very excited to be back where it all began for him in the big leagues here in Cleveland. The 1-2. And a foul back. He said, you know, I've never been traded in the middle of a season like this. It's something new.
Well, it is different. It's for the stretch run, man. This is a hired gun, and it's not where he has to play every day. It's not like he's going into the starting rotation once every 5 days. He's here to help a club that's been good all year long, because one of your players can't play in the postseason because he was suspended. Yep. So he's coming on to take over that role.
Solely chopped up the middle. Echeverria flips it over, and the inning is over. The Indians leave him loaded. We'll go to the 9th. 6-2 Cleveland.
The Marlins 6-2 in the opening game of this 3-game set as we welcome you back here to the corner along with Jensen Lewis, Al Pulowski. Thanks for joining us here tonight. Jensen, really the first inning, the story. Indians got 3 runs thanks to a check swing. That was a check swing.
Right.
It's all Carlos Carrasco needed.
And with the last 5 starts, Carrasco allowed 8 runs in the first inning, none tonight. On the other side, Andrew Cashner had almost a 7 ERA in the first inning. Indians got 3, and they never looked back.
All right, plenty to talk about on Indians Live immediately following this one. It's brought to you by Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care. Wait a minute.
Still 28?
Yes, he is. All right. All right, Arch. 28 years old. You look great.
No, that's 28, the number. That's the jersey I'm wearing. It's not my age. Triple that.
You can act like you're 28 a little bit.
82.
There you go.
There we go.
Well, he wore 20 as well. Maybe he's 20.
That was a fantasy camper, Mr. Adamak, that I painted that sign for him to hold up today.
Pliers.
Pliers is right.
Here's Cody Allen off for the 55th time this year. Bottom third of the order due up. Indians by 4. Xavier Scruggs has struck out all 3 times tonight. and takes up high ball 1.
What do we have going on here? Well, that's strange, huh? He throw him out.
Oh, he did throw him out. The first base coach got the heave-ho. Perry Hill
What happened?
was ejected by first base umpire Mark Ripperger. I don't know that I've ever seen a base coach get ejected in the middle of an inning like that before.
And for what? There's been one pitch thrown.
They
might have had an ongoing battle throughout the day. I don't know.
I don't think Don's even going to replace his first base coach.
He might be asking who wants to go out there. You got to replace him, don't you?
We're about to find out. Well, here comes the home plate umpire. He's looking over there. Has anybody been asked? Here comes Joe West. He's
going to say, let's go. Yeah, someone's
They're just waiting for somebody.
Oh, yeah, I had to get a helmet that fit.
Frank Menachino. There's a pop-up to right. Lonnie Chisenhall makes the catch. Well, recapping the key to the game brought to you by Mazda. It was all about Carlos Carrasco keeping the focus on the hitter, and boy, did he ever.
Yeah, that was pretty basic and pretty good. He was outstanding tonight.
By the way, if you're wondering, Frank Menachino is the assistant hitting coach for the Marlins. So he
first base coach.
He works with Barry Bonds, so that's his main role. It's interesting how that has evolved. Almost every team now, I think every team has two hitting coaches.
Right.
Destin Hood, a double and a single his last 2 trips to the plate. Ball cut under it. Yeah, it's 1-2. Well, I tell you what, we've got a heck of a pitching matchup tomorrow. Jose Fernandez with a 2.79 ERA. He'll go for the Marlins, and Trevor Bauer will go for Cleveland.
Yes, sir. Bring your lunch pail tomorrow. A lot of work to do.
Fernandez can strike him out. There's a fastball fouled back. Fernandez 5th in the National League in earned run average. He is 2nd to Max Scherzer in strikeouts.
Yeah, and I already set the Marlins single season mark.
A little high and inside. 2-2. Cody into the wide of the 2-2. Fastball blew it by him. And there are 2 away. Well, tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, this is the guy the Indians will face. When they saw him back in August of 2013, he was some kind of tough.
Yeah, 14 strikeouts. He has a nasty slider. He's going to be tough.
And that was a game in which the Marlins cruised to an easy win, but he went 8 shutout innings. Two down for Adeiny Echeverria, who is 0 for 3 on the night. And it's up high. Detroit leads Kansas City 4-3. That game's still very much up for grabs. And a foul right back. Foul over the screen. Cody Allen deals on a fastball up and away. Two down on the bases are empty. And the 2-2 from Cody.
Came right at him, that fastball that Echeverria gets a piece of, stays alive. Indians trying to win that first game of the series again. They've been very successful when they have been able to do it. 27-17.
Another foul back.
Perez trying to chase that ball down all over the field, ricocheting off the back glass.
Adeiny Echeverria putting up pretty good battle here. And a breaking ball couldn't entice him. So the count is full. Smash, diving stop by Kipnis, gets up, throws, got him. And the game is over. The Indians roll to their 4th straight. They go to 21 games over 500 at 77-56. They beat the Marlins by a final score of 6-2. And Carlos Carrasco gets his 10th win of the year after a superb performance here tonight.
He was very good. The Indians caught a break in the first inning and able to take advantage of it and go on to a victory tonight, 6-2. Good way to start this Labor Day weekend.
That's boom.
That's boom right there, huh?
All right, so the final score tonight, Cleveland 6, Miami 2. We'll be back with some final thoughts right after this.